of life.
Wise Buys. Weeknights only on News Center 6 at 6.
Photographer at the crash scene tells what happened, what he saw, and describes how he ended up at the scene of the crash.
I arrived after the police, arrived after the emergency. And I'm charged now, and I cannot accept it.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting tonight from London.
Good evening from London. Tonight, a side of the Diana death story you haven't heard before. CBS News has a fresh, first-person eyewitness to what was going on in that Paris tunnel the night Princess Diana was killed. We have the first interview, an exclusive, with one of the photographers who was there taking pictures. He was arrested, officially named a manslaughter suspect, and could now face full charges. Jacques Langevin, a veteran photojournalist, was released from police custody. He now says that he did photograph Diana outside the Ritz Hotel, but he says he and some others are being scapegoated. He says he never chased Diana's car and found himself at the crash scene 10 to 15 minutes after the accident purely by chance.
We knew she was coming out of the hotel. And at the same time she came out of the hotel, a car came quickly. Mercedes arrived. So I shoot pictures of Diana leaving the hotel. I shoot her going inside the car. And I shoot picture of the two, Mr. Alfayet and Diana, inside the car.
Through the window?
Through the window.
When they came out, I realize you only saw them for some seconds, perhaps a minute or so. Tell me, describe what Diana looked like, what her spirit or attitude was as she came out to the car. Was she smiling?
No. No. She was, you know, she puts his hand like this against the flash. It's normal, and went inside the car. That's it.
Did you think she looked particularly beautiful, or tired, or did you have any reaction to how she looked through the lens?
She looked tired.
We traveled to Paris today to conduct the interview with Jacques Langevin at the Paris offices of Sigma Photographic Agency, a company that covers the world and sells photographs to serious news organizations worldwide. Jacques Langevin is an award-winning photographer who has covered major events including the war in Bosnia, the Gulf War, Rwanda, and Tiananmen Square. On the night of the crash, he was assigned by his office to get a picture of the princess and her companion outside the Ritz Hotel. He says he got his photographs there, then left to rejoin some friends for dinner. He says strictly by happenstance, he came upon the crash scene about 10 to 15 minutes later. Once you saw the car, once you saw the wreckage, how long did it take you to recognize, wait a minute, this is the Mercedes in which Princess Diana and Dodi left? Did you recognize it immediately?
No, no. Because in my mind, I couldn't accept that that was a car I saw near the hotel.
Was Diana still in the car?
Yeah, she was inside.
Could you see her?
Very briefly, because policeman was standing near the door.
Could you see her breathing?
No, I think she looked unconscious.
Was a doctor working on her?
Yeah. Doctor and policeman near the car.
Inside the car?
I mean, looking inside the car. On the back seat.
You saw Mr. Al-Fayed taken out of the car?
Yeah.
Diana is still in the car?
Yeah.
You don't know whether she's alive or dead?
I couldn't know.
The driver of the car you saw or did not see?
I couldn't see him.
The bodyguard on the right-hand side?
I saw him.
You saw him?
Yeah.
Was he breathing?
Yeah, but badly injured.
From the police report, the police officer says of the photographers, says they were virulent and objectionable, pushing, continuing to take photos, and willfully obstructing officers from assisting victims, quote unquote.
I didn't saw that. I didn't hear that. It was calm, and it was under control, under their control at that time when I arrived.
Did you do any of this?
No, because we give our press card to the officer, and they let us at the place we were.
Langevin told us that he believes some photographers who were following the car took photographs immediately after the crash and then fled before police arrived.
It's unacceptable. They are not photographers. They are I don't know, but it's not journalists. It's not journalist people. They are, in a way, they are killers.
You are not a paparazzi?
I am not paparazzi. On this story, I work in the respect of the law. And for me, I arrive after the police, I arrive after the emergency people. And I'm charged now, and I cannot accept that.
Are you afraid now?
You know, I am afraid of my country. Because for 20 years, I work in many countries, poor countries. And this story happened to me in my country, with my law, French law. What's going on?
Did you at any time on this story break any law?
Absolutely no.
Did you at any time refuse to do, decline to do anything the police asked you to do?
No.
Is your conscience absolutely clear?
My conscience is absolutely clear.
Do you think it's fair to say the press killed Diana?
No. Absolutely not. Maybe everybody is responsible. You, me, TV, newspaper. People would like to buy magazines.
She have any responsibility?
She is victim. She is victim.
Award-winning photographer Jacques Langevin of the Sigma Agency. Now, you can see and hear much more of that interview on a special edition of 48 Hours, The People's Princess. That'll be tonight at 9/8 Central Time. Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News from Paris, word on the condition of the only survivor of the crash. And who buys these pictures? The media moguls who profit from celebrity photos. And funeral plans being driven now by popular pressure, something unique for the palace. All this straight ahead as the CBS Evening News continues from London.
Making plenty of high-fiber fruits, vegetables, and grains like wheat bran cereal, a regular part of your low-fat diet, may help reduce your risk of some kinds of cancer.
Yeah, I saw that.
You already read this? Did not.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
When you read the labels of fiber therapies, you'll see Citracel is different. Metamucil contains psyllium, which can initially produce excess gas. Citracel doesn't. No psyllium, no gas. Citracel. Effective relief without the gas.
When you have heartburn, indigestion, and pain, these won't give you complete relief. For your worst symptoms, none of these will give you fast relief. Problems this bad need the 100% solution. Alka-Seltzer, the only one with effervescent power to speed relief, plus the medicines to relieve all your symptoms. Don't settle for some relief. Get the 100% solution, Alka-Seltzer. And for your worst gas pain, try Alka-Seltzer Anti-Gas Liquid Gel Caps.
You are what you eat. You are also what you feel, what you think, what you do. You are what you say and what you hear.
Oh, Mom!
What you give and what you take. Take Nature Made vitamins because everything in life helps make you what you are. Nature Made, recommended by pharmacists, made for a lifetime.
Back now in London, another photographer facing possible manslaughter charges in the death of Princess Diana also talked today. Guram Ould Ra told French television that he had been following Diana's car, but that he did not see the accident. Ross said that after the crash, he tried to help. He said he opened the car door, saw the princess on the floor, and told her in English to stay calm. Help was on the way. Roth says he did not take pictures of the princess, but did photograph the car after help arrived. If Roth and the other photographers are charged, they will face both criminal action and civil suits, seeking millions in damages. CBS News correspondent Vicki Mabry in Paris is following that part of the story. Vicki?
Good evening, Dan. The families of Dodi Al-Fayed and the driver have already filed civil suits, and there are reports that Diana's relatives and the royal family may do the same, but royal watchers, of course, are skeptical of that. The driver's family wants his name cleared. They say he was not drunk, and they want new blood tests. But one attorney for a photographer that I spoke with today said that he's seen the hospital toxicology reports, and when I asked how often those tests are wrong, he said never. In any event, criminal and civil suits are joined together in France, so you'd never have a case like O.J. Simpson's, where the defendant was found not guilty of criminal charges, but still held liable in a civil suit. It may be a long time before any of these cases goes to court. Investigators still need to question the bodyguard, the only survivor, but he suffered such serious head and facial injuries that it may be weeks, if ever, before he's able to talk. Dan?
Thanks, Vicki. Here in London, amid the still growing crowds of mourners and the growing anger of some of them at what they see as the royal family's cold silence, Buckingham Palace scrambled to respond today. Among other things, the route of the funeral procession has now been expanded. Instead of just 1 mile from St. James Palace to Westminster Abbey, the new 3-mile route goes from Diana's home at Kensington Palace to the Abbey. Then, after Saturday's funeral, the procession will go 77 miles out of London to the parish church of Diana's ancestors. Tom Fenton is at beleaguered Buckingham Palace again tonight. Tom?
Dan, the fact that the route of the funeral procession has been changed is more evidence that Buckingham Palace is being forced to respond to public opinion. The lines waiting to sign the dozens of books of condolence have grown. The waiting time is getting longer, and still they come. The young princes, together with their father, Prince Charles, are not expected back from Scotland until Friday. And it was only this afternoon, for the first time since the tragedy, that we saw the human side of Buckingham Palace when an aide to Prince Charles broke the silence.
And they are deeply touched and enormously grateful.
Westminster Abbey is being turned into a massive soundstage in preparation for the unique service still being planned. Princess Diana's friend, Elton John, whom she comforted at Gianni Versace's funeral, may be invited to sing, but it's not yet sure. Diana may have lived in a world of superstars and kings, but it was her common touch that has generated the groundswell of public affection this week. One of the many lives she touched was this little girl, a heart patient at a London hospital. Her mother will never forget the princess's concern.
She wanted to know how we coped as a family, you know, and if there was anything. She even offered, you know, to do our washing, if we needed washing doing, to take it to Kensington Palace, that kind of involvement with us. And it made you feel that she understood.
That kind of story, and there are dozens of them, makes people feel that, by contrast, the royal family doesn't understand. Listen to what one senior clergyman of the Church of England has to say.
It adds up to a pretty big indictment. And my visits to St. James's Palace and to Pall Mall, listening to people, is that they are beginning to get angry now. And the English are a vicious lot. So after the funeral, there will be a good deal of anti-royalist feelings expressed, I'm sure.
In fact, some people think that if Prince Charles came back to London now to meet the crowds of mourners, he might, just might, be booed. Dan?
Thank you, Tom. In Washington tonight, news about the still unfolding investigation of campaign fundraising. The Justice Department is now reviewing whether allegations that Vice President Gore illegally solicited donations should warrant a preliminary investigation under the special prosecutor law. In Arizona, Republican Governor Fife Symington was found guilty today on federal charges of fraud. The conviction forces him to leave office. Symington also faces a long prison term and millions of dollars in fines if the verdict stands up. The charges stem from his real estate business. An airline disaster in the rain in Southeast Asia. A Vietnam Airlines passenger jet crashed and burned near the airport in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. 65 people were killed. 1 baby survived. The plane was an aging Soviet-built aircraft.
So, Mom, what do you think of your first grandchild?
The future president of the United States is adorable.
And she's so healthy.
Well, good nutrition can help you and me stay healthy.
As an occasional meal or snack, Ensure is a source of complete balanced nutrition to help you stay healthy, active, energetic.
Hope I've got what it takes to be a good mom like you.
Well, this'll help.
Ensure, the #1 doctor-recommended supplement. Drink to your health.
It was the first night of our vacation. Between my aching back and all the excitement, I just couldn't get to sleep. My mind was racing. Should I take something? How would I feel in the morning? Well, I tried some Tylenol PM. That's the name I can trust. The Tylenol PM stopped my pain. It helped me sleep. Good decision. Next morning, we walked along the beach. Before breakfast. Pretty romantic.
Rest easy. It's Tylenol PM.
The people who make Zantac would like you to know, if you've been taking prescription-strength Zantac, you may be able to take Zantac 75 to relieve your tough heartburn. As your doctor can tell you, Zantac 75 contains the same medicine as prescription-strength Zantac, and Zantac 75 is available over the counter. Ask your doctor if non-prescription strength Zantac 75 is right for you. Zantac 75.
For a VHS copy of Oregon by Air, send a check payable to Coin TV for $20 to P.O. Box 2766, Portland, Oregon 97208.
As you heard in our interview with that photographer now under investigation in Paris, there are distinctions between the ethics-based so-called mainstream press and some others, including the photographer entrepreneurs known as the paparazzi. But what about the businessmen, the media moguls of tabloid sleaze who pay these photographers big bucks for what they do? Correspondent Richard Threlkeld has been investigating this underreported part of the story.
It's no secret what drives the celebrity photo frenzy that may have contributed to Princess Diana's death. Money. The picture of Diana and her suitor kissing last month was worth at least $5 million to the man who took it, because the pictures of Diana sold newspapers, lots of them. Andrew Neil is editor of a mainstream London paper, The European.
And I get the circulation figures, and you can tell the blips. And you say, oh, that was Diana in the gym picture. Oh, that was a Madonna picture where she was crying.
For 11 years, Neil worked for one of the richest, most powerful media barons in the world, Rupert Murdoch, as editor of Murdoch's prestige paper, the London Sunday Times. Until Murdoch, the paparazzi business was just small potatoes.
In this country, Murdoch set new rules. He was prepared to pay big money for these pictures.
Murdoch stuck the pictures on the front pages of his London tabloids, The Sun and News of the World. He made a fortune and used it to buy the New York Post, TV Guide, 20th Century Fox, Fox TV, and Sky TV.
There would be no Rupert Murdoch empire in America if it hadn't been for the money from The Sun and the News of the World in Britain.
An empire built in part on the notoriety of the British royal family, for which he has always had a, well, hate-love relationship.
Rupert Murdoch's attitude towards the royal family is Republican, mercenary, and cowardly. He's an Australian Republican. He would sweep them away tomorrow. It's mercenary, though, in the sense that as long as they're here, he can make a fortune out of them.
Murdoch's office told us he was traveling and could not be reached for comment. It should be noted that many other newspapers and magazines and TV network newscasts, including this one, have shown those pictures too, at least the less lurid ones, although we don't generally pay photographers for celebrity photos. As for Diana, even in death, she's going to go on selling newspapers for a long time to come.
Well, I think as night follows day, she's set to become an icon along the lines of all those who were cut down in their prime.
Though Diana is gone now, in the tabloids and elsewhere, we'll be seeing her. Richard Threlkeld, CBS News, London.
Up next, the Royals retreating under fire.
Looking for historically high-performing mutual funds? You'll find lots of them and more right here. Mutual Fund One Source from Schwab.
600 funds, no loads. Call for the select list free or get it all online at schwab.com right now. This is investing the way it should be.
It's a little pill to fight gas. It's fast. It's concentrated. It's powerful. It's a soft gel with no taste. Try extra strength Gas X soft gels or great tasting chewable tablets.
Life's an adventure because you're over 50 and still exploring. So take the Centrum made just for you, Centrum Silver, with age-essential nutrients specially adjusted to keep pace with your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver, it's a great time to be silver.
It feels strong and dependable, yet refreshing. Fix-It & Fresh, a stronger, longer hold, combined with a cool, crisp sensation. Fix-It & Fresh, and forget it.
Dad took Tylenol for back pain. Hours later, needed more.
Doc said 2 Aleve are so strong, I can go all day. I was up to 4 Advil or 8 extra-strength Tylenol.
He tries to leave. My old man's a new man.
Aleve.
I got rid of my gray hair in just 5 minutes, and I love the natural highlights and shine.
Introducing revolutionary new Just 5, the only 5-minute hair color for women that gently blends away gray in 5 minutes without changing your natural color, while extra conditioners leave hair soft and shiny.
Beautiful hair in just 5 minutes.
New Just 5, the only 5-minute hair color for women.
Now that Joan's leaving that other morning show, it's time to make new friends in the morning. CBS, welcome home.
As we've been reporting to you here all week and again tonight, the British public has dropped any pretense of British reserve, step up her lip and all that in its outpouring of emotion for Princess Diana. By contrast, the Queen and Prince Charles have largely stuck with that tradition, and many Britons are letting them know that they resent it. One of our best London correspondents, Mark Phillips, has the view from the palace tonight, inside and out.
In France, they had stormed the Bastille. Here, they stride quietly with flowers. In Russia, they charge the Winter Palace. Here, they stand patiently in lines. In Boston, they threw tea in the harbor. Here, they lay bouquets in neat rows. But one day, they may refer to this as the British Revolution.
We were never expecting from British people this. She's changing everything.
More and more as the grieving for Diana goes on, the people's tail has been wagging the royal horse. The people wanted a public funeral to say goodbye to their princess. Today, they were building stands for Saturday's very public event.
There was going to be between 1 million and 1.5 million people. Estimated between 8 and 10. You might be somewhere near the mark.
The people wanted a longer funeral route so more could pay their respects. Today, the royal family quadrupled the route's length.
And I think it's what she would have wanted.
The people wanted something other than a dignified silence from the palace. Today, the palace finally acknowledged the massive public expression of grief. Little by little, they are yielding to the people power that is the legacy of the people's princess.
Everyone's emotional about this, aren't they? You know, they won't get over it for years to come. It'd be like when Churchill, when he died.
When Winston Churchill died, they knew exactly what to do. When other royals like Mountbatten died, they could follow the protocol history provided. This time, there is no script. They're having to make it up as they go along. This funeral must satisfy impossibly conflicting demands. It must be dignified, yet informal. It must satisfy the private grief of the families, yet also the public grief of the country. It must somehow combine cool royal reserve with Diana's warmth and accessibility. This new British Revolution is about a different kind of flower power, one that doesn't confront authority so much as embarrass it into action. The funeral will never likely make everybody completely happy, but then it's not meant to be a happy event. Mark Phillips, CBS News, London.
I've called this board meeting to ask, what should we tell people about Primestar satellite TV?
Well, tell them they get up to 160 channels.
Of great entertainment. Sheesh.
Yeah. Look.
Plus, you don't have to buy the dish.
It's included with the service.
And it starts about $1 a day.
Well, why don't we just tell people to get Primestar? Because it's the best value in satellite TV.
That's it.
Now get Primestar at special savings during the big deal. Call 1-800-PRIMESTAR.
To celebrate 30 years of surprising winners, Publishers Clearinghouse is waking up 30 winners in 30 days. That means there'll be more screams, more cheers, more hugs, more smiles, more tears. What will you do if you win?
Oh, my God! This is wonderful! Oh, my God!
Enter the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes today, and soon you could wake up a winner.
When you have heartburn and pain, these won't give you complete relief. Problems this bad need Alka-Seltzer, the only one with effervescent power to speed relief, plus the medicines to relieve all your symptoms. Alka-Seltzer, the 100% solution.
One slice, Tony.
You got it.
Bayer can relieve arthritis inflammation. Tylenol can't. And taken regularly, Bayer can help save your life. Just ask your doctor. Bayer, powerful pain relief and so much more.
What did you eat this weekend?
A couple of burgers Friday night.
A couple of donuts.
2 tacos.
Barbecue ribs. Chocolate cheesecake Saturday night.
Some pancakes for brunch. Gee, that's funny. I should have exploded about an hour ago.
If you kind of ate your way through the weekend, start turning things around tomorrow with Kellogg's Special K cereal. Just 110 calories, not a speck of fat. Get those delicious, lightly toasted Special K flakes. Let your taste buds continue to enjoy. Start taking off what you took on this weekend. Make Monday Special K Day.
We'll be back later with 48 Hours, but as the evening news leaves you tonight from London, some first-hand insight about why people here feel compelled to line up, sometimes for up to 12 hours, to sign the books of condolences for Diana. We asked some of them today why they were here and what they plan to write as they lined up in the chill and the rain at St. James Palace on this gray and gloomy day.
We've travelled a long way and we've had a long day waiting, but it's still worth it. Pay your respects.
We all loved her. Very, very much. Very emotional time for all of us, isn't it? Yeah. She touched our hearts in life and death. And that's what I'm going to put.
We just want to express our feelings, you know, about the death of Diana. She was really unique.
How sorry the nation is, and the world, and everybody.
She was worth respecting. She was a lovely girl, beautiful, and she shouldn't have been treated the way she was treated by the royal family, and they should be here.
Forever with the Lord, amen, so let it be. That's what I'm going to write in the book of condolence.
And that's part of our world tonight. Note that we'll have more of our interview with photographer Jacques Langevin on a special edition of 48 Hours, The People's Princess, live from London. That's tonight at 8 Central Time. That will be followed by another edition of 48 Hours, a rare look inside a militia group preparing to do battle with the U.S. government. That's 48 Hours, Birth of a Militia, tonight at 10, 9